up, everyone? My name is Phil. The channel is sPulls, and we are back with another card opening video. But today, we have something a little bit different. We have another set of helping hands that is going to help me open this box of 1993 Bowman. Why don't you say what's up?
How's everyone doing? Jomboy here. I do have to say, I just put my hands on screen. My hand hair, I know that this is weird, so we'll get that out of the way.
You do have the
like
wrist hair.
Papa Doc this, like, hey, I make fun of it first, so you guys just shut up about it. This one's more normal.
You got to get out. You got to get out ahead of the.
Look how fucking weird! It's like a. Can I?
Yeah, of course.
It's like a happy trail down
Love
my
that.
hand.
Love that.
So I know about that.
Yes, Jomboy is here, and we're going to be opening 1993 Bowman, which we're not going for this Yankee. He didn't turn out all that great, but there is another guy in here that did okay for himself.
Okay.
Jeter or something.
Yeah. Sanderson.
Yeah, something like that. And there's also Andy Pettitte in here. So I figured, why not open something kind of unique to our childhoods? And I played for the Yankees. You are a Yankee fan.
Yes.
And also, cover the Yankees. So let's try to get a Derek Jeter rookie card. What do you say?
I'm excited. I always thought you were standing when I watched these. I don't know if the audience is ready to find out.
I can be standing. This is one of those desks that like lifts up.
I have these as well.
For all those weirdos in their offices. So why don't you take half a stack? I'll take half a stack and
14 super premium picture cards.
Super premium. What's funny?
That's kind of like word salad. Super premium picture cards.
What's funny about sets like this is they look like they're from like when our parents were growing up.
Yeah.
And these really aren't that old. I mean, I was 7 years old. You were what, 4?
Yeah.
When these came out?
Before the internet existed, everything just from the 50s to the 90s, it's more similar than you would think. Even like cop cars. You ever watch a movie in the 90s? It's like,
yeah,
it looks like the 50s.
We've come a long way.
These kind of look like chocolate bars.
That's a really funny card to start with on the back there. We got Pat Mahomes.
Oh, nice.
Mahomes' dad.
Yeah. Is his voice like his son's?
The Yoda?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never talked to him. Oh, and of course, all the cards are going to be going a weird way. That's fun. Right. That's always fun.
There's a strategy here.
So the Jomboy Empire, Chuck Knobloch, has had a really big year.
You ever hear the story about when Chuck Knobloch left the stadium in the middle of a game? When he was going through his yips?
Oh, when he was throwing the ball in the stands?
He walked off the field in the middle of an inning during a pitching change, walked to the dugout, put on his street clothes, and walked out of the stadium and said he was done playing forever.
That's what the mind will do to you.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
It can get you quite a bit. So there's Pat Mahomes.
What's your favorite, do you like the action shots, or do you like...
I like the old school, poses.
Yes, that's what I like.
Scotty Hatteberg there. Howard Johnson. That's a cool, foil card. So your stuff has really blown up over the last year, and it kind of started with the Aaron Boone video.
Savages.
The Savages video.
Yeah.
How did that kind of come to be, and when did you realize that was going to be a huge thing for you?
We were supposed to go to the game before, got rained out, and then we were working. We were all together. Usually, me and my partner Jake are separate, and we were watching the game. And it's a day game after a rain out, so a makeup day game. So on the weekday, so no one's there. So when he got in that argument, it was the loudest and clearest audio, just because the crowd wasn't there to roar.
There was nobody in the stands. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why you could hear it so well. And I listened to it once, and I told my brother and Jake weren't talking, and I was like, shut up, this is amazing. And it just went crazy. I knew it was. I mean, if you're a Yankees fan, that is awesome. I didn't realize it was going to become the merch, king merch that it became.
Well, all fans want inside access, and that was about as close as you could come to what's actually going on.
Has there ever been a guy that looks like a Bubba more than this dude?
That's about as close as you get. Let's take the packs off screen so you can
clean it up.
Focus up a little better.
Well, here's the Bubba.
Yeah, you can take them closer too to get a nice
was
good look at
born
Bubba.
To be a Bubba.
Yeah, no, that video is crazy. But did you realize how big it was going to be as soon as you put your commentary on it, or was it one of those things that?
That one, yeah, I didn't realize that. the like mainstream media would love it. Like I knew Yankees fans would love it. I didn't know it would transcend to all baseball fans love it. And I didn't know like radio stations were gonna be like, hey, can we ask you about that? Because Boone said the words, you know. But it also like it was just cool because it kind of let me know how far the videos can go. You know, Boone watched it, baseball, everyone watched it.
Well, and it kind of proved that you don't have to be one of those huge media, you know, companies to kind of get your stuff out there.
You know
Darren Dahl.
I don't know who that guy
Steve
is.
Farr. Farr with double R's.
Nice mullet.
Yeah. No Jeter yet, no Pettit. There is a Andy Pettit rookie in here as well.
Larry Walker.
Larry Walker. My favorite Andy Pettit was that, my favorite thing about him was when he pitched, he would get so mad. But he was a super religious guy and didn't curse. So he'd come, Neon Dion.
Just a lot of gosh dangs.
Moose. No, so he'd come into the dugout just fuming after a bad inning. And just yell out Chuck Finley. Just yell out a huge.
I thought Pettit was yelling Chuck Finley.
Yeah, he was yelling Chuck Finley. But he would come in and just yell, crap!
Watch your profanity.
And everybody in the dugout would just try not to, you know, would try to keep it together. Kirby.
Baseball is so good. If you told me this was a major league pitcher or a sales guy who's doing fantasy camp, I'd say fantasy camp. But apparently he's a major league pitcher. Is this a guy I should know?
Real Cormier? Yeah. He was a loogie for a while. Jim Abbott. He had one hand.
So we have a caller that calls into our Talking Yanks podcast, and he ends every voicemail with, just don't forget Jim Abbott threw a no-hitter with one hand.
He did.
It's a good reminder.
Yeah, I mean, think about what a crazy feat that is.
We were just hanging out with George Brett in the lobby of winter meetings. He had some drinks.
Robbie Alomar. There's Jim Abbott from the front.
Ron Darling, also at winter meetings. Big dude. All of you guys are big.
No Jeter yet.
No. There's John Valentine was on the cover of the box. Here's my neighbor.
Sanders.
Buenos dias, neighborito.
Really?
Well, he bought a house on my cul-de-sac in New Jersey for his parents, so he would be around every now and then.
Troy O'Leary. I used to like him on the
As I say
Red Sox.
his name, I get it. Look.
There it is.
Hazlet, New Jersey pride.
John Valentin.
First Grand Slam in interleague play.
He also had a lot of clutch home runs with the Red Sox back in like the 90s and stuff. I grew up a Red Sox fan for everybody that doesn't know that.
You grew up a Red Sox fan?
I did. And
Why?
Yankee fans give me crap to this day. Tony Gwynn, he was one of my favorites.
Why'd you grow up a Red Sox fan?
My dad's from Rhode Island.
Oh, okay, that's a lot.
And so I was in a Red Sox house growing up and loved the Red Sox. And then got drafted by the Yankees, and that was that. So
Another Yankee I don't know. Domingo
Gene.
Is it John?
Domingo John. Could be any of those.
And, well, I don't, if these guys were active in 93, I don't know. I was 4 years old. So what's the difference here with these cards? What'd you call this one?
Like a kind of like a hollow, like a rainbow hollow, something like that.
I'm guessing
I would say that's called.
More?
Paul O'Neill. He does some TV stuff with the Yanks
Warrior.
still.
You ever chat
kicked
with
the
him?
ball in the outfield. Yeah. There's Sutcliffe. He's also a media man now. John Smoltz also a media man.
John Smoltz hates baseball.
Yeah. John Smoltz. He got given a pretty hard time during the playoffs. People didn't seem to.
You know, people that tune in for playoffs want to watch baseball, and they don't want to be told how bad it is.
Right.
Oh, here's the Brian Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been a huge card. Show it to the camera. That would have been a huge card back in the day because it's the foil version of.
So he spells my name. Or he spells his name how my last name is, but without the O, with an E. That's my nephew has that as his middle name in honor of our last name, but like.
Trevor Hoffman, probably just making the transition to being a pitcher after being a shortstop for all those years.
Kurt Schilling, got two maybe Hall of Famers that maybe won't get in, but a lot of people think they should be in right there. Hoffman and Schilling.
Yeah, Schilling. There's a Manny Ramirez.
So that blood was fake, right?
I think it was, yeah.
I know. I heard from a guy who knows for sure, who heard from a guy that someone knows it was fake.
Yeah. I mean, how do you not stop the bleeding on like a simple ankle procedure?
Band-Aids exist. Is what I've always said.
David Cohn. A lot of media members in this box so
This
far.
old Twins. I like this pose.
Mike
but
Maxudian.
I don't like it. Is that a swing or a stretch? It's not a baseball position.
No, he's just hanging out there.
I'm going slow, huh?
A little bit.
But this
I
is
mean,
my
people
first-
like the long videos though, so take your time. Take your time. Card opening is it's an art.
So when the photographer came spring training or whatever, and you did your like baseball card pose, did you have a go-to?
Well, they ask you. They ask you what to do.
I mean, this dude,
Or they I'm sorry, they tell you what to do.
this
so,
dude just got fooled on an off-speed pitch, and they made it a card.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Uh-huh.
That's what the photographers have no idea. They did that one with Donaldson where they thought he was a pitcher.
Right.
So that's actually got to be a collector item. If they
Yeah.
made that a
Yeah,
card,
if it's like a,
Donaldson posing as a pitcher.
if it's something that people think is cool,
This shit cracks me up.
just showing the ball. That's still a pose photographers ask for
Got
to this
this.
day. Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs, huh?
Yeah.
Him and George Brett. Put them in a bar and film it.
That would be something for sure.
Richie Moody. What a name. No Jeter yet.
No Jeter. I promise. There's a Padres Sheffield. The chef. He had a viral or a video that went pretty big for hitting homers like into the street of cars driving by.
You
the
guys
other
never
day.
crossed paths, right? Or did you?
He was there like when I was coming up, so like spring training and
spring
stuff.
trainings.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Exactly.
A young Manny Ramirez in Cleveland.
So now we got the regular version and the hollow.
What are your numbers versus Manny?
I don't think I have that many plate appearances against him, but he probably owned me.
Do you believe?
Shocking.
Do you believe that like batters
Big
like
cat.
Manny and Miggy bait pitchers with bad?
I think some of them would. Yeah. Sammy Sosa. Yeah, like look really bad on a curveball on 0-1, so you could get it again on 0-2. I believe that was a thing.
This is why baseball's the best sport. This dude, Rob Wisniewski, a professional athlete. I mean, I'm happy for him. It's just like that's why.
Best sport in the world.
Yeah.
Don't have to be tall like basketball.
No.
Don't have to be in shape like hockey.
How'd you get good?
You can just
How'd you
be.
get good? You have a we asked Plouffe that. Like, how'd you get good?
Tino?
You have a family background of baseball?
Not really. My great grandpa played for the Packers.
Really?
Yeah. Was a
Packers.
really big dude. Bernie, pulling every.
Bernie one. So this is what we like to ask. Bernie slept before games, like right up to game time, and they would make the rookies wake him up.
And played guitar.
Who was the sleepy guy in the clubhouse for you? Was there every clubhouse has to have a sleepy
Who was
guy.
the sleepy guy? What was his name?
Saving that one.
The small little lefty pitcher. He was just there like a few years ago. Nuno?
Vidal Nuno?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Slept
sleep-
all the time. Oh, that's a good card. You might want to show it.
This one?
No, Piazza.
That was on the cover.
Yeah, that was one of the cards to get.
Yeah, remember
There's
when
an example. He's just blocking a throw home.
remember when he dyed his hair?
Yeah.
Oh, bad.
Remember when he was on the Marlins for like a day?
No, was he?
Yeah, got traded. I promise you,
looks like a
Jomboy's
mug
opening cards. He's just not showing the cards.
This looks like a mugshot.
Yeah. This is actually a really fun box to open. I had no idea all these guys would be in it. I just thought it was like Jeter and a bunch of no names.
Jamie Taylor, Lee Heath,
Cliff Floyd.
He's at winter meetings. We should go bring these back. And they'll be like, I don't care, man.
Just take a bunch of cards and act like you're an autograph hound.
Carlos Quintana. Oh, here he is.
Palmero.
Amaro. We heard some fun rumors about him that I will ask you off camera.
Oh, that's
Is that all of
funny.
them?
That's all of them. So
No
that was our
Jeter.
box of that was our box of 93 Bowman. No Jeter, no Pettit. Kind of a disappointing opening, but still a lot of fun to see some of these names.
This was my present.
And then Jomboy also brought over a little something.
My birth year, 1989. I don't know how this. I've moved in 6, 7 times in my life. New Jersey, Australia, Chicago, Connecticut, California, New Jersey, Manhattan, and somehow this was still in my possession.
This was that rash you couldn't get away.
But I don't understand. I've never really seen it, but I saw it in my office, and I was like, I bring this because I don't know if I've ever.
Like, it's obviously not factory sealed. Like, it's been opened.
But I don't know if I've ever gone through them.
But it doesn't look like it's ever.
I'll tell you
been
this,
opened.
If there's 0 Yankees in here, that means I went through it and I put those in my office. I got this office when I was working as an adult in California, and they were like, you have to decorate this place. It's bland. I was like, why? I don't care. Like, you don't have anything. So I went on eBay, and I bought Yankees hats, like from like ALCS championships, like World Series from the 90s, and I just put them on the shelves. And I was like, are you happy?
It's good enough.
This is just a Yankees room now. And then I left them there when I quit.
That's great.
So why do they do like the backs? They just don't want to get you too excited, or?
Well, I think that back in the day, like card collating was so kind of
this is a
not
checklist.
advanced that cards were just going upside down, backwards, all sorts of stuff.
So I don't like this. Like the box says that we have cards. Where is it? 701 to 800. Right?
So you know what you're getting, essentially, and then it tells you exactly what you're getting.
I don't want it. That's like a cheat.
Well, that's those are those set collector.
Some people
deals.
like read this back in the day, or still do, and then they look at every card, and then they're like, "You guys didn't give me the 718." And then they probably yell.
Right. Yeah.
Steve
Get
Sachs.
their money back. Steve Sachs. That was a big
Yankee
card.
right away.
Well, there's a lot of Yankees right off the bat, so they must be.
So I might have organized this.
Or they're just an order by team.
Yeah. Do they do that a lot? Steve Sachs.
Not nowadays, but this is some
Look
old
at that
stuff.
sweat.
Yeah.
See that?
So this is the 89.
It's just the suntan lotion and rosin mixture right there.
Yeah. He's trying to get a little extra spin.
Dave LaPointe
Jesse Barfield.
saying, please
Saying-
stop.
I've had enough.
Yeah. He has stopped at third. Don't throw it in with haste. Oh, look at this. Al Leiter's at winter meetings, too. Leiter had a crazy career.
Yeah.
This is a good deck. Charlie Hayes. Oh,
Well, this was
I just
Griffey's
talked
year.
to these two dudes together at winter meetings. They were standing next to each other, sharing drinks. Bam Bam, now bench coach for the Mets. Leiter, now guy who doesn't like analytics.
Even-
talks about pitching.
Even when you stop playing, it seems like nobody leaves baseball.
Charlie Hayes, right? What do you think when you think of Charlie Hayes? Because Yankee fans think of one thing.
Yeah, his catch in foul territory to win the World Series. Yeah.
Mel Hall.
Charlie Hayes.
You want to go through these?
We'll go through a few. Yeah.
Is that Flash?
Yep. Flash Gordon.
Joe Torre?
Willie Randolph. Tom Gordon. My first spring training as a Yankee when I was a minor leaguer, I walked into the minor league locker room, and all the big leaguers were there because they would work out early before spring training started. And the first player I ever saw as a professional was Tom Gordon wearing cutoff jean shorts and a black leather vest with nothing on underneath it. And that's what I thought all big leaguers dressed.
Do you know what Tom Gordon and Scott Proctor have in common?
Joe Girardi?
Ooh.
That's not what they have in common, but that's his
Your old
card.
manager. No, what they have in common is that Joe Torre ruined their careers. Pitched them like 100 times.
Yeah, he liked those guys. 'Cause it's kind of flattering, right? Like your manager likes you so much that he
It is.
blows your arm out. Burt Blyleven.
One of the original Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. Controversial. One of the original Yankees blogs was called Scott Proctor's Arm.
I remember that. That's good.
Very deep thought. Wondering why he didn't hit that pitch.
Yeah.
Photographers like that's good. Tommy Gregg. Ooh, Kevin Brown.
Mm-hmm.
All-time Yankee great.
I never knew he played for the Rangers.
Fan favorite. Let's see.
Never would have known. Eddie Murray.
Well, this was the Tulsa Rangers, so I think you're in the clear there.
Oh, well, it says Rangers beneath it. Maybe that was his
1-1, 4 games started.
did he come up with the Rangers?
So, Todd
Here's
Steele.
another example of never give up on your dreams, kids, because it doesn't take much to be a major leaguer.
Look at this. Like, who okayed that picture?
Todd Zeal.
Todd Zeal just like moving some gum. Oh, look at this. Jim Abbott. Angels in motion cards.
Action card.
Do you like the in motion cards? This is
They're
my
not
first
bad.
time seeing one. I don't like it. I can't keep up with it. What's he throwing there? Right here.
No way of knowing.
Oh, you can say. What's that?
Looks like a little cutter, maybe a fastball. I like how they made Edgar Martinez one of the best DHs of all time, and they had him fielding.
Oh, there's Ozzie Canseco one. The lesser known.
Palmeiro again. Nolan Ryan throwing a football.
I like that a lot.
That's a cool card.
I like the mixed sports.
That is a cool card.
This guy had to be a
He was
guy had to
big
be
into
a coach or a manager at this point, right?
Fred Lynn. I don't know if there's managers in this. He might have still been playing. This was back in the day when baseball was so bad that you could play till you were 60.
Pete O'Brien, is that Pat O'Brien's dad?
Could be.
You play with Pat?
Omar Vizquel. I didn't. Jamie Moyer. See, there's another example. He pitched till he was
55.
Yeah. Julio Franco, another one.
Yeah. Different era.
Played till he was 55.
They must have something was going on in the 90s that helped him play so long.
Yeah.
Steve.
There it is.
No
Dude, that was a cool set. What a fun stack of cards to go through. A lot of names. A lot of names from the past. That was a good deal. But yeah, guys, that's going to be our opening of 89 Upper Deck Collectors Edition, was it called? And 93 Bowman's Best. I hope you guys did go on to enjoy this video. Thanks for Jomboy for stopping by to do this for me. Drove all the way up from San Diego, but I made him a couple breakfast burritos on the way. So
you don't see the hat underneath the helmet ever anymore.
Who was the last guy to do it?
Why would you do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes it easy. Like if you go back out on the field, you just take the helmet off and you're good.
So it's like a guy preparing to make the last out.
Right. Only bad players did it because they just wanted as little amount of.
Put their glove, latch their glove onto their belt.
Yeah.
Look at this card. Come on, guys.
Steve Finley. Oh, leave a like and subscribe. I always say that, and now I forgot. But yeah, that was our opening of these old cards. Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.